Hey guys, okay, so we are cheersing because yesterday we had a wonderful verdict and Johnny has prevailed. Congratulations, Johnny. You deserve it. You spoke the truth. We heard you. Congratulations. Hard fight. Very, very real, very raw, very honest, and you really set a precedent for real victims out there and for opening the door just a little bit wider for those to be able to come forward and speak. So thank you. As an SA recipient myself, on multiple occasions, I do thank you for speaking out and for telling your truth. And it's a good day. It's a good day for everyone going forward. And I hope that you do find peace. I hope that you are able to get your life back and move forward. It looks like you already have. And congratulations. I'm excited to those who have not heard the verdict yet or will see the verdict. I want to talk about my questions from the other day. I wanted to do this yesterday, but the verdict came in as I was going like in the middle of like getting ready for a wedding. I'm like, so I'm glad that we had like a little bit of like downtime for me to actually listen to the verdict when it came in. I'm like, oh thank God. I think like the clouds parted just for those like 10 minutes while the bride was busy getting something else done. We had like we're kind of like on a pause. We didn't have anything to do. I'm like, I can listen to the verdict. Okay. So I'm gonna play the verdict again. And then go through the answers as it coincides with mine and see. And I've looked at it. I haven't looked actually at my answers, but I was actually surprised with a couple of the counts that were there that the jury came back with. So I want to go through the answers and then we'll talk about it in a second. So here we go. Hold on. Can't see anything, but.
All right, Mr. Foreperson, is this the verdict of the jury?
Okay.
All right, is it unanimous? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and this is important. I'm just going to forward a little bit to
In
get the
civil
actual.
case number CL 2019-2911, Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard. 1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition, quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes.
Match.
Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes. As to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled, A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, in the Washington Post online edition. Quote, then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes. 3. As to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled "A Transformative Moment for Women" in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse. End quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw the statement. It conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million. In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Ms. Heard's claim against Mr. Depp. 1. As to this statement, appearing in the April 8, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. 2. As to this statement appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was seen by someone other than Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven by clear and convincing evidence that the statement by Mr. Waldman was made with actual malice? Answer, yes. 3. As to this statement, appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, "We've reached the beginning of the end of Miss Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp," end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
All right. Does either side wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Jamie?
Members of the jury, if this is your verdict, please answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no. Juror number 6. Yes. Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 15.
Yes.
Juror number 16.
Yes.
Juror number 22. Yes. Juror number 27. Juror number 29.
Yes.
All right. I do find that the jury's verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your service in this case. I want to thank you again for your dedication and your hard work during this trial, and I know I speak for everybody here when I tell you that we appreciate your sacrifices and your time and your public service in this matter, okay?
Okay. I didn't do any commentary. I wanted to, and sorry, there's a little bit of a blip in there for an ad. I couldn't get to the pause fast enough. All right, so let's see. I made my like yes or no's like next to my answers. I got the lights there. Okay. So so basically with Johnny on the first count, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. This has to change from Amber's, like, for what he's suing her for. So the statements that he's making his claim on. Everything was yes across the board for me, and the same thing for the verdict. And then the second one, I didn't think that he'd actually get this. I thought that this was going to be like kind of a tougher one, just because, and I said in the last video that the statement itself is not false based off of what the public knew at the time, but I know that from what I can see in the public and what I can see and like from what the jury has seen and what I've seen outside of the courtroom, because I'm not there, I can make that judgment. All that stuff is a lie. All that stuff is a lie behind that of why she became the public figure. So I said, okay, so the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard. Yes, so 2 years ago I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, or DA. Yeah, I keep forgetting. DA, and felt the force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. I said, like, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard, both was yes. The statement was about Mr. Depp, both yes. The statement was false. I went no because, even though they said yes in the verdict, I said no because of what I said earlier. The statement is not false, for me when I'm reading it, the statement is not false, but the information behind it is, like how she got there was false. So as a public eye, yeah, 2 years ago, she became the face of whatever. Yeah, but how she got there is a lie, is a big, fat, juicy lie. So, but anyway, statement is false, according to the jury. Statement is false. That's cool. Statement is defam, and then everything else was yes. And then I forgot to write the word, like the question for malice, and obviously I was going to say yes, so yes and yes. So he got that count, which is great. And then I also said that I might, for the third count, I thought he might get it, like it might be okay for the third count. And yes is across the board. So on both sides, so that worked out. That worked out. So he won that. So, and then, so compensatory damages, 10 mil. And then the punitive damages, which are the punishment damages, which is basically like a fuck you to Amber. Like, don't do this again. That's what punitive damages are. This is the definition of punitive damages. Punitive. Oh, I have it on images. That's not what I want. Oh, punitive damages. A well-established principle of law that punitive damages may be awarded where there is there's want in an act in which intended the result. That's not actually what I want. Damages assessed in order to punish the defendant for outrageous conduct and or to reform or deter the defendant or others from engaging in conduct similar to that which formed the basis of the lawsuit. So don't do this again, essentially. And I'm sure this is much easier. Like, this is like the first definition that came up, but that's what punitive damages are. Don't do this again. Don't lie again. Don't bring people here again. Like, this is just a waste of resources. This is a waste of money. This is awful. This is a lie. Don't do this again. So fuck you for bringing me here. Fuck you for doing this to me. $5 million to you. But we mentioned yesterday or the day before, like my last video, that it's not in all jurisdictions, but in Virginia, the cap is $350K. And I guess the jury didn't know that. I guess they weren't told that, which is okay because it sends a message. Like it basically tells Amber like what the jury thought of her. And I'm getting the same, like I'm getting the same vibe from other YouTubers and even in law tubers. Like the people that I follow, it's like we're having conversation. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So it's a big FU from what I'm learning. So yeah, just don't do that. So technically he got awarded $10,350,000, which he wasn't doing this for the money. He wasn't doing this for the money. He wanted his life back, and the jury gave it to him yesterday. And he should be really proud of that. Okay, so Amber. Count one, AH and friends in the media. And this is about the Waldman statements, right? AH and friends in media used fake SV allegations as both sword and shield, blah, 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 blah. Did she prove all counts of defamation? No. And that was apparently with jury forms. I guess if you select yes, you just like go yes to the first, all counts of defamation, yes, and then you like there's kind of like insert or subset of the questions which I read on my last video. So then you can go yes or no, yes or no. But if you say no, then it's just no blanket across the board. So niente. No for that. So then the second count, ambush, hoax, the setup for the cops and things like that. And then when I was going over previous testimony and listening to like being part of the conversation in a law tube chat in regards to the second count, because people were like, not everyone has the same opinion, and I was just kind of like, oh, that makes more sense. That makes sense. I understand that. They call it a compromised verdict. So on this count, when they said that it was staged to set up, like rough up the place and spill the wine and like get the second call to the cops there, the question was, did she reasonably conclude that there was defamation? That's the wrong term, but I'm just summarizing it. Answer, yes. So then you answer the questions. Was Waldman acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, publishing statements? Even though it wasn't proven, but apparently, but there's I don't remember, I don't remember any call to, I don't know if it was Amber, I don't know if Amber said that she called the publicist or she called her lawyer. Maybe she did, or maybe Josh Drew did. I know that there was a call made to the cops, and I know that Io made a call to the cops. I also saw on the second cop's body cam footage, they mentioned the first call, and they also mentioned a call from New York, which is where Io was, but I don't recall how, if you look at the video, I don't know if the cop mentioned that the second call came from New York, or they were following up on the first call from the first officers called from New York. So I'm not really sure how that went. So maybe there was no actual indication that a second call to the cops was made. There's no indication that it was roughed up. Or there's no evidence that it was roughed up, even though most people believe that it was a setup. But the jury didn't. They thought it was defamation. Okay, that's fine. But I guess it's a compromised verdict. So that's how they came up with that. And I guess there's an anonymous juror on TikTok right now that's been answering some questions about how they got to the verdict, and apparently that was it. Like, there was a compromise, and the same thing with the $10 million for compensatory. There was apparently a varied number that the jurors couldn't agree on, so then they all came to a conclusion of what that was. And then they reached the culture's end of abuse hoax, or they reached the end of the abuse. Defamation was not, Upper claimed that defamation was not reached. So They said no to everything. And I just said yes to everything. So I guess I was kind of off on that. Hold on. We reached the beginning of end of she didn't prove defamation. So okay. So I didn't really follow that one really well. I don't think. Maybe I didn't. Was he acting as an agent? Yes. About Miss Hurt, was it about Miss Hurt? Yes. Statement false? I didn't actually write an answer. I didn't circle that. Maybe I said yes. Statement seen by others? Yes. Actual malice? No. Was it proven by Miss Hurt? No. But, so I wrote no there, so maybe I should have wrote no for the other ones. But anyway, so no is no. So punitive damages, she got 2 mil, and then, compensatory damages, 2 mil, and punitive nothing for Johnny. So essentially, Johnny just gets paid $8.35 million. Because not like he's not gonna pay her. I don't know how it gets paid, but essentially she lost. He lost, and then he just gets paid $8.35 million. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but I guess there's something going on the 24th. I don't know for sure exactly what that is. I think it's just about the settlement and things like that. I could be wrong, but that's how it is. So the verdict is in. I am really, really happy that it's done, although it doesn't feel done because Elaine Brederhoff went on, I think she did 2 interviews today already. And it's funny because she seems really relaxed, like not so stressed out when she's talking to other people on live television, and yet she seemed really frazzled at the last few days. Although I completely respect the fact that it's been years and 6 straight weeks, well, 7 weeks of fucking trial and preparation and dealing with a difficult client and the media and all of these things and being able to see social media and what people see or say about you, right? And I know it can get frustrating and tiring, I get that, but then like as soon as the verdict comes in, apparently Amber made a tweet within like 6 minutes of the verdict being read, or within like 6 minutes of her leaving the courtroom, like they fucking left like quickly. Like as soon as the court was adjourned, everyone left. Depp's team congratulated each other, well-deserved win for them. They were hugging and just smiles, and everyone outside, like the public outside, was waiting for them to come out so they could do a press conference. And it was just a very quick, brief statement. It was actually it was quite nice and very professional. And that's it, yeah. So the verdict is in, and apparently I know there's been scrutiny about Johnny not being there for the verdict, but you know what? Like he said in his testimony, he's been carrying this unwillingly on his back for 6 years. He said everything he needs to say. His lawyers they have his back, and you've seen that from day one. They've had his back, and they can take the reins from there. Like, he deserves a break. He was letting off some steam. He obviously was watching the verdict. He apparently was at a pub when he heard about the verdict, and he sent out a statement on Instagram, and it was very, very warm and heartfelt. Amber's not so much. Amber was just being a poor loser and saying this is awful for women everywhere and blah blah blah, and it was just like, oh. But the thing is, it's funny because that statement came out real quick. There's no way she can pen that that quickly or thumb that quickly for a tweet. That was prepped. That was prepared. I don't know if someone prepared it for her while she was in the room, but it seems like her lawyers prepped her for like, okay, this is the way this is most likely going to go down. So just be prepared. So they prepared that, and then they just sent that out because that was a pretty well-crafted statement to put on Twitter, and there's no way she could have put that up in like 12 minutes. So, anywho, but that's it. That is the verdict. I'm very happy, and the world's very happy. Like Johnny Depp, 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 Johnny Depp, Depp, Depp. Yeah, that's been going through. That's going through the TikToks. I'm part of it too. Beck's part of it too. But I'm having some wine. So I'm having my mega pint. But yeah. So I'm excited. We're all waiting for that, and it was a well-deserved win. Did we want to win more? Yes, but it wasn't about that. And apparently he's got some movie deals lined up. Beetlejuice 2, that's exciting, and that would be perfect for him. Perfect to see him in. It's such a quirky thing. For him to be paired up with Winona again, it's just awesome. And then just Michael Keaton, like, come on, like, that's just like a triple threat right there. And but it just seems like she's just angry. She's still angry, and I get that. Having a loss is awful, like that. It's awful, and she seems really defeated. She seems really sad, but yet there's still no tears. There's still no tears. I don't know if you noticed that, but there's still no tears. But she's lost, she's defeated, and then she's already making statements like this. It's like, okay, but can you just accept the fact that you've lost? Accept the fact that, like, well, Elaine. I'm gonna do another video about Elena, like her interviews and how offensive it is, and it's just like it's so wonky, it's disrespectful and wonky, and I'm like, it feels like you're damaging your own career, and not only that, it feels like Amber's tweet is another defamatory statement against Depp. And I'm like, did you not? Did you not? So, hold on. See if I can get this. Amber Heard's. I don't have Twitter, so. Tweet after verdict. Hold on. Okay, in full. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I am heartbroken that that mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. Well, you can't lie and say, well, you know what, the statement's not about him. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It is a setback. No, honey, you were the setback. You lost this case for yourself, okay? You lost this case for yourself. Your testimony, your lineup of witnesses, your inconsistent statements, your inconsistent storytelling, your constantly looking at the jury, your whole demeanor, your combative demeanor. It's just, you lost this case for yourself. You lied you've been caught lying several times. You were impeached several times, and you still denied it. Everyone was lying but you. You even threw your own witnesses, and you threw your own lawyers under the bus. You lost this case for yourself. Okay. The Me Too movement will be just fine without you. Just fine. It better perhaps. It sets back the clock at a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Yeah, if they're not lying. I believe Johnny's attorneys, when I say that, violence against women and or men should be taken seriously. Every victim should be heard. Every person should be heard. And the thing is, you still have to be credible. You still have to have the evidence to back it up. You can't just say it and expect people to believe you. You have to have some sort of credibility with your story and consistency and linear fashion. Okay, you can't just say this person hurt me when they didn't. When you it's just, you can't do that. But it sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. I believe Johnny's attorneys succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive in the UK. I don't know why they keep bringing the UK into this trial, because the jury isn't supposed to know the outcome of that trial. It just didn't have any bearing here. And it's also the UK. It was not about you. That trial was not about you. It was against the Sun. It wasn't against Amber Heard. I'm sad I lost this case. Fair enough. Totally understand that. But I'm sadder still that I have lost a right that I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. Girl, you can speak freely and openly. Just stop lying. Just stop lying. Okay? Can you just accept the fact that the jury did not find you credible or believable? Why is that so hard to understand? I think this goes back to Dr. Curry's assessment of certain behaviors. But I do hope that you both find peace, that you both find the space that you need to grow and love and succeed in your own endeavors, and don't ever talk to each other again. I really don't. Miss Heard, you have a daughter. I hope that you take care, like, you just focus on taking care of her and yourself and just be a great mom. Just be a great mom. And I hope that you find help for yourself, because I'm sure that it's tough. You know, like, everyone deserves a break, but you need to acknowledge your mistakes and grow from them and learn your lessons and grow from them. You don't need to keep, you say you want Johnny to leave you alone. You just, you want to go and heal. He needs to go heal. That's what you said in the beginning, how you, like, you just, you want to move on. You want Johnny to move on too. Well, now he can move on. So why don't you move on? Stop trying to make a big, like, it's just accept your loss with dignity and grace and move on. Just move on. But I understand it's hard to lose. I do get that. I get that. And but I do wish Amber Heard all the best, and hope that she takes care of herself, and you know, she has a beautiful time raising her daughter, because it's one of the best things in the world. Actually, it is the best thing in the world to raise your kid. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope that Johnny has, like, an amazing time getting his life back and enjoying every single second with his kids, with his family, with his fans, with his, like, his coworkers, with everybody, with his friends, which is basically everybody. But yes, so congratulations to Team Depp, to Johnny. You know, I wish you all the best. Take care.